Ghostface Killer. He has finally released his newest album, which is The Brown Tape. Now, I originally heard this title and I thought, is this named after, his rap partner Apollo Brown? And also, will it have 21 Savage on it? Because 21 Savage had a song called Ghostface on his collaboration tape. So I thought it would be really fucking cool if they have 21 Savage on this shit. But nah, he's not on this. But he probably would not fit with this theme of the whole fucking album. The whole theme about, being reincarnated as a super drug mule murdering killer. Probably, maybe he would, but Ghostface, he usually keeps up with that whole rapping style and a good pace to him, and I don't think 21 Savage could keep up or mainly have the whole idea or whatever. See, it popped up right here. But for all of you who don't know who Ghostface Killer is, allow me to give you some background. Now, Ghostface Killer, of course, he's a guy from Wu-Tang, from the great Wu-Tang Clan from Shaolin. He's one of the best MCs out here. He rose with the Wu-Tang Clan in the early 90s. And by the late 90s, he started dropping his own material. He was also with Raekwon when they did that Only 4 Bricks to Cuban Link shit. That was some nice stuff right there. And of course, he did other collaborations. Many people cite him as one of the best MCs that ever picked up the mic, stuff like that. Now, Ghostface Killer, of course, he's a legend, and he does a lot of callbacks to how he was a legend. Like on the song Rise of the Ghostface Killer, he samples none other than Old Dirty Bastard when he did that whole chess boxing song with the Wu-Tang Clan. Of course, the Old Dirty Bastard does the Ghostface Killer! And I think he slightly sampled Tupac Shakur when he did the whole Revenge is Sweet. The opening tracks to Hail Mary, he says, I ain't a killer, but don't push me because revenge is sweeter than getting pussy. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little callback. And it's not the first time he did a callback to Tupac Shakur, but this time it's a little bit more nuanced or in shade, whatever. He did a callback. He actually called out Tupac Shakur's name on Verbal, which was with Raekwon, which I thought that was very nice. Also, another thing that I thought that was very nice is he does the whole Mafioso thing, which is something that Biggie Smalls was doing all throughout his career. With the first track, Beware, he does this whole little vocals, which sounds like 1950s crime noir or crime drama, like some Untouchable shit. I thought that was pretty cool. Also, you have a song like Rise of the Black Suit, which makes me think of Life After Death and how Biggie had that little black suit on him. I thought that was a very nice little thing to have. And Beware has this little sample that I think is like a children's choir in the beat. That was pretty cool. Rise of the Black Suit has this little bluesy little guitar sample that was pretty nice. Plus a sample of heavy keys. Like if you love heavy piano samples, you're gonna love this shit. This gave me flashbacks of Dram's last album. You know how Dram has that little heavy sampling of the piano. I Declare War, that used to be a children's little game. I thought that track was nice, especially with the horns. Blood has a very strong and shocking lyrics that call out killing police that I thought was some Black Lives Matter shit. Like, ooh, this is something that's going to be very controversial, The center has this whole femme fatale story talking about how Tony fell in love with this girl. And by the way, Ghostface Killer is playing a character named Tony, you know, the match with the whole idea of Italian mafioso flavor. But Tony is attracted to this girl who later on in the album have him being caught and actually like, you know, and taken advantage of in tracks like Enemies All Around Me and An Unexplained Call that I thought was pretty nice. And if you're a fan of early Kanye West, you're going to love the very much chipmunk vocals all throughout this album, especially on Enemies All Around Me and shit like that. Murder Spree has a very nice chipmunk vocals that I thought that was pretty good, like our early chipmunk soul sample vocals. That was pretty cool. Rise of the Ghostface Killer, when it's opening saying that, you know, Tony was cut into 12 pieces and sent throughout like 12 families and shit. It kind of reminds me of the story on, I say, Judges 19 or so, when that concubine was cut up and sent through the 12 tribes of Israel. I thought that was pretty nice. The line on Murder Spree where he says, you know, I blew out your lungs. I can tell that you're a smoker. You know, I thought that was a pretty cool line. You know, if you're a smoker for a few years, you're probably going to have black lungs and very bad health. I thought that was pretty cool. And I thought that was a little strange thing to put on. You know, you blew somebody's lungs out, but still you're concerned about their health. Like a little mind fuck. But yeah. Now, when it comes to the last track, which was Suit Shock, you know, part 1 and 2, I thought that it was pretty cool. I like that in the middle of the album, it has shorter tracks, but at the end of the album, it has longer tracks. You know, I thought that because when you're in the middle of a album, you're thinking, oh shit, like when I was listening to the Migos and the middle of their album was fucking like 5 minutes, I was like, oh man, this is some shit. You want to start hard, you want to start off with a hard, and then you want to end off hard, but in that middle, you want to take it easy, be relaxed. I really like that. But as I was saying, this last track, it sounds like towards the end they sampled the Goosebumps, but towards the beginning they have this whole funky black exploitation 1970s very feel. They even have this sample where they say if you have one smart person in the ghetto, they're probably going to rise up to betray us and shit like that. I thought that was a pretty cool sample. And I think that this is a hell of a way to end the album. Overall, I give this album kudos. It's 33 minutes, which is a blessing in the era of 2-hour fucking albums and epics and shit like that. I mean, hey, I like this album. It fits a little niche. And Ghostface Killer, he keeps on with the whole concept albums, and I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty cool. Props to him. All love to the Ghostface. And I'm giving this album a strong 8. It was a very awesome album here. And I'm chill with him. Now, please like and subscribe and share the video. And so far, I am out, guys. And also, this is how I'm going to have my videos from now on. Instead of just having towards, like, in the middle, you have a little small shit right here. In the background, I'm going to have, like, the background of the album. And just going to keep it simple like that. You know, I thought that was a pretty cool thing to add on, you know. Shit like that, you know. But, hey. Again, please like, subscribe, share the video, and I am out, guys. Ghostface Killer. Ghostface Killer.